Did you get a chance to see this one yet? The Phil Labonte clip from Timcast recently? Probably not if you haven't been on Twitter for the past 2 hours.
I've been tweeting a bunch, but I haven't been watching anything. Why? What did he say? Is he
it's pretty incredible. Okay, so they bring up your tweet here after that.
For those that aren't familiar, he is a
we'll just watch it. It's 4 minutes.
Commentator.
I can speed up once
and he tweeted, if Kamala ends up winning, the entire far left, the commies, the tankies, the Hamas supporters need to be effing jettisoned from the party. We don't need them to win elections. We can turn out our own base, and they are an absolute effing cancer to be associated with. And, well, he's correct. I wouldn't use the language he uses, but the Democratic Party has lost so many of their more moderate members. I mean, again, 2019, I supported Tulsi. I was ready to vote Democrat. I said, let's go, baby. And they chose to go far left woke psychopath. Jesus. So I'm out.
He is so stupid because that's what the Democrats are now.
That's Phil, by the way.
There are no more moderate Democrats. He's not a
Hold on, I need to turn it back down just so we can savor this, okay? This whole rant is
Democrat. He's an idiot. And if you look at like how many Democrats that were moderate Democrats that consider themselves moderate Democrats, they've all left the Democrat Party because the Democrats have doubled down on racism. They've doubled down on identity politics. They've doubled down on all the things that normal Americans are rejecting. You've got the major names in the Democrat Party now are all like, they're all pro-Hamas, and they're
lots of major members. Can you name a major member of the Democrat Party's pro-Hamas, Destiny?
Well, there's this one lady on Twitter that was like screaming a lot, so I'm sure she is.
Oh, he's talking about major members of the Democratic, but like I think he's talking about politicians. He's just saying this, by the way. I don't know if you've ever seen, I don't think I've ever seen Tim Pool correct somebody saying something retarded on his show. I think he basically was willing to when Laura Loomer came on and was like, yeah, we should just execute everybody who was against Trump. I think he was like, that's an opinion. But he has to correct Phil Labonte here because Phil Labonte's saying something so stupid.
Like, you see the Squad, they're the ones that dictate the sentiment.
But AOC is going more Israel, isn't she?
Well, I don't know if AOC
She's
is
falling in line.
She might be. I could be wrong about
and then
AOC.
2 of the Squad members got to boot.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. But that sentiment is the majority.
He actually bears down and says that's the majority sentiment.
The Destiny doesn't get to walk out here and act like that he's not like in the same boat as Hassan Piker. And Hassan is clearly anti-Israel, pro-Hamas. That's all of BreadTube.
Listen, I think that's probably accurate. In terms of Israel-Palestine, I'd put you right next to Hassan Piker and FD Signifier. I think you fit perfectly between the two of them. Yeah. He just said so many retarded things so quickly. It's very, very funny. Yeah, anyway. Thoughts on Phil Labonte? Clearly a special individual.
Man, I was going to say I should have shook his hand, but I did shake his hand. I guess I needed to have a good 5 or 10 minute conversation with him and worship him or whatever the fuck he needed. He's so ass blasted from that one interaction that we had where I was polite, I guess, but okay.
I guess so. How did you think the Schroeder debate went?
I'm really happy with it. There was like one thing that I should have caught that would have been another slam dunk. I mean, it would have been in a million of them. When he brought up that Georgia case.
That it was Trump's case.
Well, he said that there were 19 counts of voter fraud in Georgia. And when he said that, I'm thinking like, is he talking about the RICO case? Does he not realize? But I'm like, there's no way he's actually that clueless. And I don't want to like try to slam dunk on him on stage and then be completely wrong on a topic that I was supposed to have been researching for months. So I didn't say anything. But that was what he was bringing up, and he didn't realize it. But otherwise, I was pretty happy. Yeah.
So there are 19 counts of election fraud, and it's the people indicted in the Trump RICO case. Those are the 19 counts? I'm pretty sure that's
just the RICO indictments. Yeah. Because if you look at me, I pick up my phone and I start Googling around, and the only thing I can find are the RICO indictments. And I'm like, am I missing something? And I just have no idea. So I just end up not saying anything about it.
What did you think of the fact that he kept going after you for not answering the question, and he's never answered whether dinosaurs were real? I don't think we got an actual definitive statement on whether dinosaurs exist or not, or existed.
Well, obviously he can't answer that question. Yeah. What about it? Yeah, that's the whole point of asking it. Because they've cast their lot in with so many extremely retarded viewers. There are questions now that they can't answer. Even if he personally does believe in dinosaurs, he can never answer that question.
And that, correct me if I'm wrong, that is like the oil is a renewable resource. If you believe that, then you believe that dinosaurs didn't exist, right? Like essentially oil companies made up dinosaurs so that they could
Yeah, basically they run
create the idea
concurrently.
that fossil fuels exist.
Yeah, a lot of dumb fucks in my subreddit think that I think that all of oil comes from dinosaurs. That's not what I think, and that's not the point of me bringing that up. The point is that, yeah, Big Petroleum basically invented the concept of dinosaurs creating oil, so that I don't even know what the reason is. But then
Wait,
they use that lie to convince
thought
you that oil, and then they don't tell you the truth, which is that oil is a self-replenishing resource in the ground that continues to, like, I guess, like, replenish itself somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there were like tar pits from the dinosaurs age or whatever, and like a lot of dinosaurs would get stuck in there, and then there'd be like a huge plant die-off that died, that like drained down into these things. That's what I got told by like a biology teacher in like high school. Like
Yeah, there's a lot of people that say stuff like that, but
So
the reality is,
yeah.
most of it is like think like plant matter and other biomatter. I'm sure some of it might be dinosaurs, but the vast majority of it, I'm pretty sure, is just like sea life and like plankton and algae and like random fucking carbon life forms bullshit.
Yeah, I assume the biodiversity or the biomass would be roughly close to what it is now, like with a bunch of insects and plants and maybe even more plants. There just wouldn't be enough big, huge carnivorous like dinosaurs or even herbivores, but there just wouldn't be enough dinosaurs to make that much fuel. Like the planet couldn't sustain them. So yeah, it makes more sense that way. Either way, I thought that's why they were called
There's
fossil
no way
fuels,
you didn't pay attention in class. I'm 35. They definitely taught us in school that the reason why they're called fossil fuels is because all oil comes from dinosaurs. I learned that in school. It's not true, but I do remember learning that. So,
unironically, like I'm pretty sure I've been told that, and I just never. It didn't. It's like not important to question, I guess. But then you know what? The oil companies won. Okay, their propaganda worked on me. I love Jurassic Park. All right, fossil fuels. They come from fossils. They come from dinosaurs. Let's go. But anyway, I think that's it's just so funny. Do you remember the first time that came up, by the way?
do I remember the first time it came up? Wait, when?
Yeah, like on your stream, because it was one of like the legendary streams. So
Wait,
I'll
the first
tell
time
you.
the dinosaur thing came up?
Yes. You don't remember? I feel
oh,
like
I
such
do
a
remember,
loser
yeah.
for remembering this when you don't. Okay, go.
It was that guy who he was probably the smartest sounding lunatic I've ever talked to. Is
Logo
it like
Daedalus.
Daedalus or something?
Logo Daedalus, yeah.
Yeah.
The word cell.
Yeah, that guy was wacky as fuck.
Yeah, and basically you were talking to him, and Urk was like talking to you about some of the stuff he was saying, and then Urk told you in chat out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, ask this dude if he believes in dinosaurs. And you asked him if he believed in dinosaurs, and he went off on a fucking tangent, and it was one of the funniest moments that's happened on your stream.
Yeah, because I don't know why the fuck Urk told me to ask that fucking question, and apparently, yeah, but I guess there's a whole petroleum conspiracy thing that I had no idea about.
It was so fucking funny, because Urk even explained it later. He's like, yeah, I knew that he was saying some things that I've heard, he basically had heard it in the schizosphere. Like, people who believed some of the other stuff he believed also didn't believe in the dinosaurs. Yeah, it was so fucking funny. Because, like, everybody was dying that you asked him about dinosaurs. Because it seemed so fucking stupid. And then he started defending the idea. He's like, wait, you believe dinosaurs existed?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Good time. And now that's in the mainstream.
Well,
Or it's approaching the mainstream. It's at least at the alt media level. I don't know if that Lily Gaddis person believes in them, but it's crazy. Need a link to that YouTube video? I'll find it at some point, guys. I'm sure somebody will post it. Oh, the clip's here? Well, you guys can watch the clip. We just talked through it, but yes. Oh, no, it's a minute. I'm gonna watch it. It's a minute.
Somebody in my chat wants me to ask you, do you believe in T-Rexes?
I believe in T-Rexes.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Do I believe in a T-Rex? What does it mean to believe in it?
It
know
was
what that
a
means. Oh my
real
God.
thing. He just wants to know some guy in my
What do you
chat wants to know
mean?
opinions about paleontology in general, I guess, and then he's asking about T-Rexes.
Oh, I mean, paleontology sus just because of like who was involved in like it was like the oil industry, and they were like trying to there's a lot of sus stuff about like archaeology and the petroleum.
Wait, Eric, how did
industry.
you know he was going to say that? Wait, what the fuck?
I don't know. I'm not. I'm gonna let it go on that because, frankly, when I was a child, dinosaurs were like reptiles, and now they're birds. So you know,
Was a real
I don't
dinosaur
know.
was
I don't know if we-
invented?
Please take this opportunity to ask him if he thinks the T-Rex was a real dinosaur. It's just like one of the funniest moments. It was like one of those organic moments that you can't even script it. It was just so good.
Well,
and then you do the stock on
Except
Urk, and he's like
because now
asking
you
you
just ask every
repeatedly.
conservative debate if they believe in dinosaurs, and I'm guaranteed to get at least one epic moment in a debate because none of them will actually fucking say they believe in dinosaurs.
I know.
So.
Bro, also, like, Urk was so close to eating a ban, but I'm so glad he persisted, because it's like 4 times he says, ask him about T-Rexes, ask him about T-Rexes. Yeah, I guess you can ask all of these people now. I feel like if you keep asking, you'll actually shape the discourse, because people hate you enough that if you keep asking about dinosaurs, you will make people believe that T-Rexes are fake.
That's
Like
possible. Who knows?
that is where people have gotten to in a reactionary sense. They'll be like, "Wait, Destiny said dinosaurs are real? Honey, burn the Jurassic Park DVDs, okay? Jurassic World 3? No, thank you. We're done. It'll happen.
Pretty wacky, pretty crazy.
No, it'll happen. It's getting crazy out there.